Welcome to our ultimate roundtable discussion on coloured cheese. Today's webinar is brought to you by Tirlán, experts in cheddar cheese making for over 60 years. We have a fantastic panel of guests lined up for you today. Rebecca Barron, our nutritional manager, Michael Walsh, our cheese category manager, Jerry Warren, our expert cheese grader, and Olivier Bazin, our regional sales manager. During today's roundtable discussion, we'll have a Q&A session at the end, so do feel free to pop any questions that you have in the chat box as we go along, and we'll do our best to try answer them at the end. Okay, so let's dive right in. Mick, can you start us off by telling us a bit about the cheddar cheese market?
Absolutely, Lisa. The global cheddar market is increasing and expanding all the time. Consumption is increasing in all major markets across the world. Cheddar is a very versatile cheese, and it finds easy application across various categories, including retail, food service, quick service restaurants, and into the B2B industrial sector as well. At Tirlán, we are the largest and leading cheddar producer and supplier in Europe. We manufacture a variety of cheese solutions at our state-of-the-art factories at Wexford and at Ballyragget, and we provide a broad portfolio of cheddar and cheese solutions to the market from our two facilities in Wexford and Ballyragget.
And as Europe's largest cheddar cheese producer, would it be safe to say that Tirlán are a dominant player in the coloured cheddar market?
Yes, we are the leading producer of cheddar in Europe, and within that we are also the leading producer of coloured cheddar and have a dominant share of the market, of the coloured cheddar market. And it's something that we will continue to grow and expand, and we will continue to expand our offering of coloured cheese solutions to the market as the market grows and evolves.
And tell me, what actually is the difference between coloured and white cheddar?
Okay, there's a number of subtle differences in process, but essentially one of the main differences is the addition of beta-carotene into the cheese milk, which produces the coloured cheddar. So we add beta-carotene as a colouring agent. Beta-carotene is a naturally occurring substance in milk, and it's actually very rich in the milk coming from our grass-fed herds at Tirlán in Ireland. So we add in some beta-carotene. It's a very natural colouring. It's also got a clean label status. And I suppose maybe in the past we would have used another colouring called annatto. Annatto has now been phased out, and we use 100% beta-carotene in our business.
And Jerry, if I bring you in here, as our expert cheese grader in Tirlán, when you're grading cheese, would you notice any difference between coloured and white cheddar, or is it that people very much taste with their eyes?
There's absolutely no difference in flavour, Lisa. As Mick has alluded to, they're both mild recipes, the mild and the colour. The main difference being is that beta-carotene is added to the production to give it its colour, but no difference on flavour. It's really down to customer preference on what they prefer.
And Olivier, when you're out in the market, would you see that difference and see how coloured cheddar really stands out on retail shelves or other applications that your customers use?
Yeah, but the colour is very important for European customers and also in North Africa. As you said, it can show very well on a retail shelf, which is mostly made of what I will call whiter or yellow cheese. It's also very good for applications as the colour stand out, like a burger, for example, pizza, sandwiches, and sauces. Also, that's the key applications that our customers are using red cheddar for.
It seems like it's a really unique product out in the market, and it seems like it's really down to that colorant. Rebecca, can you tell us a bit more about the colorant used in Tirlán coloured cheese? And do you think it's something our customers are aware of? And do you see a preference for one over the other?
Yeah, so I suppose just to allude a little bit to what Mick was speaking to earlier. So our customers are leaning towards more natural, clean label ingredients. So traditionally, annatto was used in the market. There's been kind of a shift in the movement away towards that because changes in legislation has meant we have to change how it's labelled on packs, so it doesn't have that kind of clean label status. But as we said earlier, beta-carotene, it's naturally found in milk. It kind of then leans into those consumer trends looking for natural clean label ingredients.
I'd imagine that clean label status is something that's really valuable to our customers. In terms of Tirlán's grass-fed dairy system, is there anything else that's very valuable to our customers, or you've noticed an increased ask for?
We're finding that animal welfare is a big ask at the moment. So at Tirlán, we adhere to really strict animal welfare schemes. So one example is the Board B is a Sustainable Development Assurance Scheme, and the other is the Calf Welfare Charter.
Olivier, when you're out in the market, what is it that your customers really want or require about coloured cheese? Is it purely that visual aspect, or is there also functionality requirements for your customers?
I think it's both. The color, as we explained before, it's a good marker among different cheeses. But on top of that, what Tirlán has developed and brought to the market for a few years now is a functional cheese, which means we know that the slice and the grating are operated in very fast lines, which means that you need a certain quality of texture to be able to operate on these lines, and that for the customer is very important. It maximizes yield, and very little product are left in terms of downgrade, and it's obviously has a big economical impact also for the slicer.
It sounds like you really listen and understand your customers' challenges. Mick, now tell me, does Olivier bring these insights back into the business to develop bespoke or tailored solutions when it comes to coloured cheese? Perhaps there's a specific example, and more to that, is there an opportunity for future co-development work with your customers?
Yes, definitely. We get the challenges back from the market to develop something bespoke, a solution maybe for a customer, a specific customer, or for a specific market. And at Tirlán, we have invested heavily in our innovation area. We've developed a new innovation center, and we have resourced it, and there's capability there to produce prototype samples, pilot scale trials, to produce samples for customers. A good example maybe of that would have been our CHEDMAX Super Slice product, just to give an example how that works. So we listened to our customers. They were interested in a really superior slicing solution, which wasn't out there in the market. We brought back that as a challenge to the business, and put a team of experts on it, and we delivered out a solution which is really an exceptional slicing cheese to the market called CHEDMAX Super Slice. And that solution is provided out into the market. That's a very good example of how we like to collaborate and co-create with our customers, and we're very open to that style of working with customers to develop out solutions. And so if a customer has an idea to, for example, a higher moisture cheese, or maybe a slightly higher, a lower fat content, or perhaps maybe even a Monterey Jack with colour or something like that, we're always open to those ideas and to co-creation with our customers.
Jerry, it sounds like Tirlán develop very bespoke cheese solutions for their customers. Do you offer a similar tailored experience when you're grading and selecting cheese for our customers based on their specific requirements for flavour or texture?
Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. When we're grading, we grade every day code, every batch, to make sure, number one, it reaches our own high quality standards, and also meeting our customer requirements. So when you're grading cheese, you need to understand what the customer's requirements are, what their end use of the product is, and I would be selecting cheddar specifically for their requirements.
And can you tell us a bit more about how you actually assess the cheese? Is it a systematic approach to grading, or how does it work?
Yeah, we use a systematic approach to ensure consistency and quality. Grading cheese is a sensory evaluation of cheddar using sight, taste, smell, and touch. First of all, you do visual inspection on the block. Block shape is vital. Our customer wants a good shaped block, nice and smooth surface. They don't want any waste or offcuts when they're using the block. And then for the colour, you test it to make sure that the colour is evenly distributed throughout the block. There's no streaks or discoloration on the block. Then you get the cheese iron, you take a plug from the block and you smell the cheese, make sure it's a nice creamy, inviting scent from the block of cheddar and no off-putting odors from it. Then you would inspect the plug itself, and this is important also, that there's no cracks or open fracturing or on the plug, because again, our customers, for those that's slicing the cheddar, they want a nice, clean, smooth, even slice of cheddar. Next thing then is I'd take some cheese between my fingers, and you're testing the functionality of the cheese, the texture of the cheese. For the mild, it shouldn't be too firm, nice and springy, not sticky or pasty. And for if you're grading mature, then it'd be a little more firm and slightly crumbly, depending on the age of the cheese itself. So then probably the most important thing, then you taste the cheese, and it should be nice, creamy and smooth, and the mouthfeel should be good and melt in your mouth.
And is there anything unique or specific that can be picked up during the grading process in regards to Tirlán's grass-fed dairy system?
Yeah, all our cows are grass-fed, and this is reflected in the texture and in the nice creamy flavour on the cheese.
And Rebecca, from a nutritional point, what's the meaning behind that?
So it's the softer dairy fats that we find in grass-fed cheese compared to cheese from cows fed a grain-fed diet. So they kind of contribute to that like perception of creaminess then.
And Olivier, the Irish origin of our coloured cheddar cheese, do you think that's something that resonates with your customers?
Yes, because cheddar is a traditional cheese in Ireland. Tirlán has 60 years plus of experience in producing this cheddar, which means I think like the European customer are very attached to the true origin of the product, and it's the Irish origin is very appreciated. Yeah.
It sounds like Tirlán cheese has a great reputation out there. It's no surprise that it's known for its award-winning standards. Jerry, can you tell us a little bit about the award-winning standards of Tirlán cheese?
Yes, we've our cheddars have won many awards, including Best Irish Cheddar, Best International Overseas Block, along with many gold, silver and bronze accolades. And this is just awarded right across our full range of cheddars of mild, mature, medium and vintage.
I think we're just running out of time, but before we move into the Q&A section, just like to ask our panel of experts if there's anything further you would like to add to today's discussion.
Yeah, just to say that our coloured cheddar has been very, very successful product over the last few years. We can continue to see major growth for this product, which is good news. And what we hope is that we'll continue to supply the market with this high quality cheese.
I'd like to thank you all for your valuable insights. It's been great to have such an insightful discussion on coloured cheese and understand why it's so unique out in the market and what makes it so special here in Tirlán. We've had a lot of questions come in through the channel as we've been speaking, so I'll just take a few of them and take this opportunity to ask our experts here. Olivier, the first one's for yourself. Are customers really seeing the benefits of super sliced cheddar on their slicing lines?
Yeah, definitely. As we said earlier on, the fact that we have the white texture is very good for the customer. It shows also on the pack, for example, for retail, and it's easy for the consumer to peel off each individual slice. Which means, yeah, it's a very important aspect.
Mick, the next one's for yourself. Do Tirlán do co-development work with customers?
Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. That's part of our DNA, and we, as I said earlier, we've invested heavily in our innovation department in terms of capability and resourcing, and we're absolutely open to co-creation and collaboration with customers to develop out new cheese solutions.
Rebecca, for yourself, grass-fed is becoming a widely used term globally. How is Ireland and Tirlán different or better for delivering grass-fed dairy?
Yeah, so I suppose in Ireland we have the longest growing season in the Northern Hemisphere. So this means that our cows can spend most of the year outside pasture feeding. So they're 250 days a year outside, and that supports kind of a more natural way to feed cows. I suppose another important thing from Tirlán that's unique is we source our milk from our 5,000 family farms, and that means we have like full oversight over the supply chain, and it ensures kind of traceability but also high quality milk. I think we'd mentioned animal welfare before, but we have living proof, our sustainability targets, and we cover a number of things under there, including regenerative agriculture, so soil health, animal welfare, biodiversity as well.
I think we have time for one more. Olivia, for yourself, what type of application is coloured cheddar suitable for?
Well, the two main markets will be retail, obviously, sliced, also grated. And then you have what's called the food service market. The main application here will be like gourmet burgers, sandwich, and also you will have things like subs where we're using coloured cheddar, which means it's a very wide application, including even pizza or topping for a product like lasagna or this type of oven cooked product. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we're just out of time now, but I'd like to thank all our guest speakers here today, Olivier, Jerry, Mick, and Rebecca. And if anyone has any further questions for the team here today, please reach out to us on www.tirlaningredients.com. And don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn, where we share a lot more insights on our vast portfolio of cheddar cheese. This concludes our roundtable discussion on cheddar cheese. Thank you all for listening.